good thing. So that's what the paper towels are down there for.
So we're in Fresno, California. We're just going to take a few different videos and compile them. We're not going to go back in the attic because it's just real dusty up there, so hard to breathe. Anyway, so down here in the water heater room is where we started. Complete repipe of the hot system. You can see what we did to start is we just took this connector off of the existing iron pipe was sitting in the wall. So just put a cap on it. That's abandoned. All the iron pipe under the floor that's on the hot side is abandoned now. So stainless steel connector, what we did is we tied straight into a brass 90. So all brass construction up to a T90, and then some nipples, some valves, and then up to open or tubing. And the reason we did it that way is the homeowners were out of water and we wanted to get them back online as quickly as possible. So what we did is we started out with the master bath, which is the one on the left there. These other two valves were off, and so what it allowed us to do is to go ahead and when we got done with the master bath, turn the water on. And then we went to the hall bath, and we got done with that, we turned the water on. And then last thing was kitchen and laundry on the right hand side. And so it's nice because you ever have trouble in those areas, you know, you can come out here and just shut it down. You have to shut all your hot water off. So that's good out here, all brass construction, Falcon stainless steel connectors, open or tubing, full 3/4, so three full 3/4 lines going out to the building. And of course it's insulated in here because it's exposed to the weather. It's insulated in the attic as well. It's down on framing in the attic up on top of ceiling joists, but the insulation is only about 3 to 4 inches thick, so it's still up above insulation. So we've got insulation for all the pipe in the attic. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go around and take pictures of some different areas that we can see outside of what's in the attic, and we'll combine these videos when we're done.
You're so ferocious. You're so ferocious.
So still here in Fresno, California, and what we did on the outside wall here, you've got the kitchen sink, you've got the laundry tray, and then you've got the washing machine. And so what we did is 3 separate lines you can see insulated in the wall. So half-inch line, half-inch line, half-inch line. So 3 separate lines coming down. It's a little fussy because you can see this window over here, that's where the kitchen sink is, and there's a little pop out right here. So no way to get in, it's window to window, and very tight structure up there. So, and we'll show you inside when we go in there. We've got some holes popped in the ceiling. Anyways, drill a hole and snake this down. You can see right here on the hot side, if I pull this insulation out, right there, hot line coming down, and no, that wasn't on there. There you go. So hot line coming down to the hot side of the laundry faucet, and then next to it, this line comes further down, and we'll show you a picture when we're inside. Comes down, and then it's got a stub out there, so it's a drop ear 90, which is a open or tubing. So drop ear 90 and a brass nipple. It goes out into the cabinet, and then we pipe along the back of the cabinets for the kitchen. So that's that area, and then this one right here. Pull it out. That's the old line. It's capped off for the washing machine. Behind here you can see the screws coming through, piece of open or tubing coming around, insulated in the wall, and then of course a drop ear 90. We can't show it to you because it's on the back side of there, but drop ear 90, and then a brass nipple, and then the same shut off valve, so hot water to all 3 fixtures. And then when we go inside, we'll take a picture of whatever's left in there. Go ahead and take that bottom one off. And then over on this side, just a quick video, just one little penetration down here, and this is for the old tub hot water. And we cap everything off just because I don't know who would be crazy enough to tie into something that's been abandoned, but you know, want to make sure that it's capped off. But here's the new line coming down. It's sleeved and run down. This one right here. So that's the actual one that's insulated. That's the new hot line. You can see red tubing back there. That's open or tubing. Over to the valve tied in, and that's the old Mon Chateau valve, tub shower valve in the hall bath. And so that's everything outside that we penetrated. So we got some repairs out here for stucco, and then we'll go inside and take just a couple videos of the work that we did inside. So still here in Fresno in this third portion of the video here, you can see the backside. We took a picture, we showed you the stucco and what we did. This is the inside, so hot side has been replaced. That's open or drop ear 90, brass 90, brass nipple, and then of course you've got, or you know, it might be an iron pipe nipple. I don't know if we had a brass one, but anyways, that's the original bib that was on there that matches the cold side. So that's back in. Then of course you saw outside hot side, we'd replace that. And there's not much we could do. It was pretty tight in here, so all we could do is just kind of take it apart, get the PEX tight in and back. So this faucet mechanically, it's going to be pretty fussy to work on, you know, trying to get this apart, whatnot. But hopefully this just stays in place. I mean, to replace it, honestly, this nut and this nut, you just undo it, put a new faucet on, you're done. If you're going to repipe it and put it down in the cabinet, doesn't matter. But yeah, so you could replace that pretty easily. Anyways, down below, this is the only plumbing you'll see from this side because everything else is in the outside wall. Drop air 90 in the wall, Uponor, and then a brass nipple, brass 90, and then a Uponor, a copper adapter, 1/2-inch copper male adapter. And so we went solid piece of copper, went solid copper through the back of this cabinet. It's insulated just so you're not touching something hot back there. And and then we followed it through into the kitchen. And back underneath here, you can see that's copper going through, a little bit of insulation on there. And then of course we came out the side wall in the cabinet here. Sorry about not having a light. It's back there, you can see. Stubbed out, brand new shutoff valve, and then the supply line for the faucet, and of course the supply line for the dishwasher is in there, so that's good. So that's the kitchen, and we didn't do any of the demo. We laid out the demo and people cut it for us, but you can see all the demo. That's where we got in and drilled holes for the outside wall and pulled the tubing through. We ended up not using this because it's an old pocket door that's in there and not a great place for tubing to run through and strap. They did open up the ceiling right here for us because above it there is a duct running. This is a very shallow roof line up there, and you got a hip roof that ends at that corner. And then of course over on this side 2 hip rafters come down, and it was boxed in. And we could crawl through the attic and get to that space, couldn't get any further, so opened the ceiling up, pulled the tubing through full 3/4 line to get it back to here. So that is the kitchen. We'll take another video of the master in the hall. So we're still here in Fresno, California, and we've got hall bath. We took a picture outside, the stucco you can see coming out of the tub valve. The way we got it in, of course, was a little pop out here just to be up in the attic to grab the line and pull it through from the other portion of the attic, because this is the exterior wall and very tight up there, so no way to get back in here. And then additionally, you know, we wanted to be able to get above this tile line and get back in there and grab on and slide it down the wall from here and get it, you know, and then grab it outside where we showed you the stucco that was cut open. So it's all through there. It's insulated, strapped, and tied in on the bathroom wall. The other portion of the bathroom, we'll take a video here just while we have it. It's sitting in here, and you can see actually they've got some paper covering it up. Right here we got 2 lines. Hold on a sec. Christian, hold on a sec. Hold on. We got a couple lines coming down. You can't see them right now, but trust me, they're in there. Hot line down to the sink, another hot line down to the sink. So a little bit of repair in here. We'll take another video of the master here in a minute. So last stop, Fresno, California. You can see a little bit up in the attic there. You know, that's where we came in out from the water heater. You know, 3/4 line coming up. That's the stub for the master bath. And then of course, right next to it, you can see that 3/4 line. That's where, well, you can't see it, but it's up there. There's the other 3/4 lines up there. Anyways, that piping comes over 1/2 inch. You can see on top of rafter. Everything's down on top of rafter. They're going to get insulation there, so it'll cover it up eventually. But we did insulate everything in the attic to the best of our ability. Anyways, so 1/2 inch line coming over here to the master shower, and you can see drops down here, and of course sneaks behind the shower riser up to the shower head, and then over to the hot side of the valve. We did go ahead and glue to this sheetrock. We went and got some construction adhesive. We use this for subfloors. Took a nice block here, glued and screwed the block to drywall. The screws are just to hold it in place while the glue is drying, and then gave you a strap. And the reason why is this was just hanging on copper, this valve. The only thing that kept it still was the copper risers and these 2 screws that mount the trim. And so now it's tight. We've got a strap on here, got a strap on here, and then of course up here we got a strap on the riser. Same thing, we just took a block right there, 2x4 block, glued it to the wall, and then another block, and got a strap. So now you're nice and secure in there, so that's good. Over here you got the first sink coming down, a little bit of insulation at the top, not required because you're in a wall conditioned space, coming in, stubbing out into the sink area. Same thing over here, coming down, stubbing out into the sink area. And so that's the extent of our work. We'll combine these videos, give you one video in the end. Outside of that, this installation is done.